And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another episode of Shitfic Showcase.
Might as well just get used to it. Look at the next 7 paragraphs begin with Goku. I think I know who's going to be driving most of the action in this story.
Goku. Remember that from Big Green? Goku.
I just say it that way every time.
Goku grabbed him and turned Super Saiyan and knocked him to the ground. The wolf was unconscious and changed into a man. Just turned Super Saiyan over a fucking wolf.
Yeah. Man, fucking wolves you find in like Legacy of Goku. I remember that shit. That's at the beginning of the game, way before he ever goes Super Saiyan. Or maybe they were like little foxes or some shit, but close enough. And you can beat their fucking asses. You don't need to go Super Saiyan for that. Come on, Goku.
Goku was surprised. As a matter of fact, everyone was surprised. That how can a man change into a wolf? Even Vegeta was surprised as hell.
Vegemite.
Even Vegate. Vegiat.
Was surprised as hell.
Vegete. Veg-eat. Eat your vegetables.
That's the moral of the story here.
Yeah.
We got a little bit early, but there you go.
The rest of this is going to be bullshit. Goku changed to base. The man suddenly awoke, attacking Goku with full of his strength. But it had no effect on Goku. Goku was just playing with him while Jacob was on full power trying to grab him. But Goku was just toying with then Jacob.
He was Jacob at that point. But
let me go. But Goku was just toying with then Jacob transformed into his
man state
and told him that he is not a foe to him.
Oh, it appears I've just arrived into my man state.
Goku was amazed by his power, even though Goku was just fucking with him the whole time. Goku. And Vegeta, everyone was too. I like how Vegeta gets his own acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And Vegeta, everyone was too. Then Jacob introduced him to everyone. Goku introduced himself and everyone and where they came from. Goku said they came from the planet Earth. Jacob told him that this is planet Earth. Goku got confused. Then Bulma told him that it can be a dimensional interchange, but she dosed.
She does.
No, how did that happen?
She does know.
She does know. How did that happen?
Yes.
Goku said that it is very cold here. Do you have a thing called house here in this? I really need to see the latest episode of House MD. You got a television?
I mean, somebody tells me there's going to be some freak illness that happens, and they don't know how they're gonna cure it. But then they go to House, and then House knows how to cure it after a while.
And then he makes fun of Goku's hair.
Yeah. But man, I don't know. It's you never know with that show.
Jacob said, smiling, "Yeah, we have many more things here." That sounds like a come on. Suddenly, when Goku entered the Cullen's house, they're just at the Cullen's house now, even though Jacob's the fucking werewolf or something. I don't know. I never read Twilight, but I was under the impression that Edward and Jacob did not like each other.
Right.
Except I heard that Jacob maybe becomes closer with them in the end. I don't know. Suddenly, when Goku entered the Cullen's house, every one of the vampires in the house sensed a power that would cripple them in the Volturi without breaking a sweat. They could just sense that. Okay, fuck it. They too can sense power levels. Apparently, that's just something anybody can do. Cullens welcomed them greatly, Goku and Vegeta said that they are Hungary, unlike Austria. And when they were given the human food, they ate 551 pizzas, 672 colas, you apparently eat those, and 56 chickens, 90 fishes, and six large fishes. 90 fishes and 6 large fishes. Gotta separate those, dude.
Yeah. If they're too big, they're not really fish anymore.
I like how they can only manage 6 large fish. They ate 551 pizzas. They should be dead.
Like also, you have to list the exact fucking number.
The acidity in that amount of tomato sauce should melt them. This reminds me of the fucking scene from Blues Brothers. This guy ordered 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
I'll have water and a slice of toast.
When their stomach was full, they told their whole story to the Cullens. That how they got here and how it can be interdimensional interchange.
I like how he fucks so much else up when he spells interdimensional interchange just fine.
You know he looked that up.
Yeah. It's got to be somewhere in my DBZ handbook.
Then in the morning, when Bella, Edward, and Racine
The fuck?
come back from England, London, they found
England, London.
This
Are
motherfucker
you fucking me?
does not go to school ever for any reason. They found a astonishing power sleeping on the upper floor. The upper floor.
It's not even the super floor.
The upper floor. Rosale told that they are power from the other dimension got transported here. Wait a minute. Rosale told that they are power from the other dimension got transported here. Jacob brought them here.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was just marveling at how very well written that was.
Yeah, it's
stunning.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's like, how do you even compete with that as a writer?
That ought to be on the wall of a museum.
Uh-huh.
Etched in stone.
Yeah, I wish I could go back to high school so I could make that my senior yearbook quote.
I wish I could go back to Washington, D.C. and, like, carve that into the Lincoln Memorial.
When they got up to the first floor, Goku and
Goku
and Vegeta were not there suddenly. They heard shouting from outside. Goku, D, and Vegeta were training outside.
Oh, these other fuckers.
So they're both like, let's not converse with these strangers that we're living with now. Let's just do our normal shit that we normally do in our other dimension that we don't know how to go fucking back to.
See, to really make it worth it so that when we're into this dimension in this story, to really give it an impact, you gotta have us do the same shit that they do normally.
Yeah. When they got outside, they saw Goku and Vegeta fighting, but no one knew how strong they were, even though they could sense their power 3 or 4 paragraphs ago. Was the power they were sensing merely a illusion? I think this might be a little poorly written.
I'd love to hear that. There's like the intro part of like Twilight Zone or the scary door.
The scary door.
The scary door.
When they got outside, they saw Goku and Vegeta fighting, but no one knew how strong they were. Was the power they were sensing merely an illusion? Edward.
Find out this time.
What the fuck? Edward
the scary door.
Edward the taunted Goku.
Edward the taunted. It's like Edward the Great.
Edward the taunted Goku.
Or it's like Edward the Great or some shit. It's just Edward the taunted Goku. No one really liked him.
He's a fucking Goku. That's why they don't like him.
Yeah. Everyone from back in the Middle Ages were just saying, yeah.
Fuck you, you fucking Goku.
Yeah. So-called Edward.
Edward the taunted Goku that he couldn't defeat Bella and Racine but Goku said, "Bring it on." Then Edward bought a boulder.
Yeah,
he
you
just bought it.
At the boulder store.
Go to Walmart or something where they sell boulders.
The boulder store.
Fucking Indiana Jones sized boulders.
Yeah.
No, I'll just roll that off the top of the shelf for you.
Let it just chase you home.
Maybe strap it to your leg like an idiocracy. Just chain it to you. Bought a boulder big as the dining table in their house. Edward destroyed they bouder with one...
That's a nice booter you got in you, honey. Mind if I spank it? I spank the booter.
I hate this fucking story. With one punch. Goku... One punch! Man. Goku smiled and said, "See that small mountain?" Edward turned his face towards the mountains.
There is no better way to structure that sentence.
Everyone did turn their faces toward the mountain.
Everyone did turn their faces.
Goku then powered up a ki blast and shot it towards the mountain. In a matter of seconds, the mountain vanished. Just poofed out of existence. And it's gone. Everyone from the Cullens was surprised, but the smoke from the destruction of the mountain did not vanish. It was getting bigger and bigger, and then suddenly it covered the Z-Fighters and the Cullens. Everyone was trying to know what happened. Then suddenly a voice came from behind the destroyed mountain. "Alex, would you stop it, please? Is this enough for them?" Who the fuck is this?
It's Alex Trebek.
Oh, great. Good. Awesome. The end of Chapter 1.
That was... man.
Please follow and like it and tell how you feel about this story in the reviews by /mark on my wrists. Preview Chapter 2, The Threat.
On the next exciting episode.
Yo, it's me, Goku. I don't know where the smoke came from. You blew up a fucking mountain. That's where it came from. Jackass!
Where could it have possibly come from? I have no idea.
You destroyed an entire mountain.
Did it come from her booter? Smoke on her booter. Fire in her booter.
Fire. And the voice, maybe it was coming from behind the mountains. Maybe it was coming from the smoke, you fucking asshole. And who are they people in the black cape? How can they have this type of power? Who are they people in the black cape? Next time on this crossover.
What do you mean, they people?
Chapter 2, The Threat. Don't forget to read it. Bye. For now, Goku signing out.
Yeah,
Forever,
that's
from
only
live.
Goku saying that.
Let's see, does this thing have any reviews? It has 4 reviews. We're going to start looking at the reviews of the stories we make fun of now.
Not bad.
It says Little Liar.
Oh, okay, this is James. I thought...
No, that says lame.
Okay, I thought it said lame at first, and then I was like, oh no, it's James. But no, it's lame, saying story sucked.
That's the
Fitting.
latest. That's the latest review. And then Mr. Popo says, "Please continue this." I use it to torture people. And then Coder C. That's the guy who wrote the fucking fanfic
God
saying,
damn it.
"Please don't pay attention to the words that rent completed or were uppercase in the middle or lowercase in the start. I wrote this story in a hurry. But apparently you had a gun held to your fucking head or something."
You write me a shitty DBZ Twilight crossover fanfic now!
Now or I kill your family. But the next chapter will be written in correct spellings and verbs and will be checked.
Don't make me shoot your other brain cell!
Yeah, it's kind of important to have correct spelling and verbs